Good. Right, well, good day to you. This is the beginning of a series of these videos for the Patreon that I'm going to do. And the story starts not exactly at the beginning of the Cleaners from Venus, but at quite a significant point in the distant past. It's about Midnight Cleaners, which is coming out soon. Probably will have come out by the time you see this, or at least be orderable. You'll be able to get it as a cassette or a CD. It's ours. It's the original version. We've found the original artwork and we've made it a bit nicer. This is a cassette. It was something like the, strictly speaking, the third Cleaners cassette. It came out at the end of 1982, yeah, December 82. We got it just out in time for Christmas. We were being optimistic. I was being optimistic. I say we because Lol, who was the founder cleaner with me, had left. He'd decamped to Bath, which is about 200 miles away, because it was a love story. It's a good love story. But he went, and I'd got myself a drum machine. I had a few tracks from Lol, just drum tracks he'd put down. I got him into the spare kitchen, which was a kind of a bit of a building site at one point. I just got him to lay down 3 or 4 beats, and we used a few of them. And this album, I suppose it's significant. I have to think about it, but it has on it This Rainy Decade, Only a Shadow, Corridor of Dreams. Both of these tracks, these latter tracks, Only a Shadow and Corridor of Dreams, are now world famous. Only a Shadow, by the time you get this, will have notched up somewhere over 12 million streams on various streaming sites. Midnight Cleaners, and a song called Wivenhoe Bells, which is also very popular. The remarkable thing about it is it was done on a 4-track Porter Studio, a TIAC 144, the first model they made, and we probably knocked up maybe not even 50 of the first cassettes, maybe 25, because I was broke. I was working as a kitchen porter. The American DJ from WFMU, Owen Chusid, who I haven't seen for years, said he thought that I was the brokest person he knew. It took me ages to just get up the postage stamps when we were that poor. Basically, we had to save up cassettes, you know, could we afford guitar strings? I was, by autumn of 1982, when Lol went, I was just facing, why am I doing this? Because it seemed the world didn't want me to record music. But I couldn't not record music. I couldn't go back. I had to go forward. And I had no idea. And it's taken the best part of 40 years, but I had no idea then that the world would like this music to a point where the people who are listening now, you in the future, will probably be incredulous. How was this ignored? It was ignored partly because of my own apathy about the music business, because I'd written songs and made recordings that I thought were absolutely, you know, worthy of listening to or radio airplay. They would not be played on the radio. They would not even be listened to sometimes by record companies. It was almost as if a government had got in and said, you, Martin Newell, broke musician, are destined to do gardens for people and wash up dishes for the rest of your life. We will ensure that you never get recorded, that none of your stuff comes out. And I thought the only thing left to do under those circumstances was to get the Porter Studio, make my little records, duplicate the cassettes and sell them hand to hand. And that's pretty much what I did. But there were probably only 25 of the original ones of these. Then we sold them, then we got some more. And I very much doubt of that first pressing that we ever sold more than maybe 150, 250 tops. As far as I was concerned, the world had forgotten about it. I'd gone with the next thing. I got on with the next cassette, and I thought, well, if I can sell 100 cassettes or 500 cassettes even, wouldn't that be famous enough? Does it have to be the top of the charts and getting business awards? I mean, the way I look at it is you get successful in music by hook or by crook, and then some businessmen invite you to an award of their devising, and then you go not wearing your clothes that you've chosen, but you attend this ceremony, you put on this suit with this bow tie, and you sit down and you eat their food with them. So you not only sit down at the table with the enemy, but you don his uniform as well. And I thought, I'm never going to do that. So that's me out. There were a number of things that I thought, well, if you don't want me, I'm just going to, if you won't give me a game, I'm going to make my own game. But I never dreamed in a million years that Midnight Cleaners, by Cleaners from Venus, released in December of '82, 43 years ago, would become this world famous thing. And in a way it could be more world famous, except I'm not going to go on their television channels. I'm not going to sign to some great big distributor who said I can sort this out for you. I've had enough of the bastards. I just don't care. I didn't care in the first place. And don't caring, don't caring, has kind of got me where I wanted to be, listened to. It's just taken rather a long time, that's all. But I was prepared to go that distance. And I intend to be an embarrassment to these bastards long after I'm dead, because my stuff will still be selling. And they will be able to say, oh yes, we knew Martin, of course we did. They didn't. I want it on record. They didn't know me, they didn't help me, they weren't there. I'm not bitter about it, but they're not part of my story, and they weren't part of any of my decisions. And this is probably the most famous and popular DIY cassette ever made by now. And we're still mystified about it. But in further episodes for the Patreon, I'll be going into some of the songs and how we wrote them. You'd be amazed. There was no method. I didn't get together in a conference and say, right, well, I'm going to write this thing. We just did stuff, you know. When I did the first Wivenhoe Bells, for instance, I didn't have a bass drum. So I think when I did the demo for it, I just mic'd up my hand on the floorboards going boom, 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 boom. Then I got a piano, which I've still got. It's downstairs. And mate picked out a little tune. It's a sort of a miracle, really. I'm standing here incredulous in front of you, but this is what happened. And I want this, I don't want to say, hey, this is my truth. But it's what happened, that's all. And some of it's really funny, because the amount of blunders there were, and things where you just thought, oh, I know, I'll just make a cassette and we'll see if we can sell a few. People, some people laughed at us, but mainly people were just incredulous. They thought it was, I think they thought I was mad, and maybe I was. But it's a good madness, huh?